Okay, we've been working on getting points, so today we're going to make a scoreboard, not really a scoreboard, but just a score display up in the top left of our game here so that you can see what your score is. So we're going to have to create a plane, and that plane is going to contain a font image. So spacebar, plane as image, import plane as image. That comes with Blender, but once again you have to enable that in user preferences if you haven't already. I'm going to go to where I have an image saved. This is an image with all the characters on it, and we have to make it shadeless, use alpha, but do not choose pre-multiply here. It'll screw up the font. Import that, RX90 to rotate it. We'll grab it, we'll move it up here, and I'm going to go into quad view here real quick, and just move that plane way up, right, so it's right here in front of the camera. In front of pretty much everything else. Actually, you might move it back a little bit. Do we want it in front or behind the menu? I think if I put it here, it'll be behind the menu. We'll see. Okay, Control Alt Q to get out of quad view. And as you can see right now, it's a bunch of little letters and numbers on there. Let's change this view to a UV text imager. And we're going to hit Tab up here to go into edit mode. With the mouse hovering over here, I'm going to hit Control up arrow to make this full screen. I'm going to scroll to zoom in. I'm going to hit A to select the entire plane. Scale it down. And then G to grab it and move it over here. And what we need to do is we need to align it so it's perfectly aligned with this @ symbol. Because that's how it knows how to crop all the other letters. So we're going to B select, grab X, and move this here. And now I hit Tab to get out of edit mode, Alt down arrow to get out of full screen mode, and you can see that font right there, that plane, has the @ symbol on it right now. That's our default letter. Now, if you're using an earlier version of Blender, I'm using 2.60 is what we're basing this game on. If you're running 2.5 or earlier, doing this will be a little bit different. They made it a lot easier. What we have to do now is go to Materials, and you have to be in game mode in the renderer. And we're going down here to Game Settings, and we're going to choose Text. And that's all you have to do to make that a text style plane. Now, if we hit P, you can see, well, it disappears because we haven't assigned any letters to it. Also, we have our debugging information there. Let's turn that off right now. Game, Show Debug Properties, uncheck that. All we have to do is to get text on there is go to our logic editor here. Logic editor with the plane selected. We're going to add a property called text with a capital T. It has to be called that. And now, right now it's a floater and it's 0.0000. If I press P up here, you can see it says that. Now, you notice the zeros look like they're getting cut off on the bottom, and that has to do with how we cropped that @ symbol. So we cropped it a little too much on the bottom. So, real quick, what we're going to do here is we're going to change this back to our UV image editor, Tab to get into edit mode, Control up arrow, and we're going to just move this down ever so slightly. Grab, in this case it's the y-axis because we're working in 2D here. Yeah, you can see right there. That should be good. Tab to get out of edit mode, Control down arrow to get back here, and now if I press P, it still looks like it's cutting off the bottom a little bit. Let's adjust it a little bit more. Grab Y. Right there, maybe. If that was any different than before. There we go. Now our O's have bottoms. So now what we can do is change this back to the logic editor. And right now it's a float. If we do string, we can change this to say score, colon. Now if I hit P, you can see it says score, colon. It's rather large. So what we're going to do here is Q to get out of that. Just scale it down some. There we go. That looks a lot better. Maybe move it up a little bit. Okay. Let's also change the name of that object because by default it's foo.tga, which is the name of the font or the image that we imported. Well, we're going to change this just to say score text. And right here, I'm going to have to manually line up the actual score. And I'm hoping that I can get through this tutorial. Let's see. grab X over to here. Oh, Control Z to undo that. Shift D X to clone it right to here. Let's hit P. It's actually pretty good right there. Maybe move it a little bit. Looking good. It might be on an angle a little bit. That might just be the way the colon is placed. We'll see. Let's not worry about that right now. Save it real quick. But this one, we don't want this one to be a string. We want it to be an integer. And now so far, our score is being decided by our player here. And in the next tutorial, we're going to link all the scores to this plane instead. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on putting some real-time text up on the screen, and we'll continue this tutorial in tutorial 36, I believe, 3.6. So visit filmsbykris.com/POP, all lowercase. There should be a link in the description of this video for more on this project, where you can download the files. Every video I'm creating, there is a blend file that goes along with it, so check that out there. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.